Greetings, everyone. This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, formerly SGIB Magazine. That stood for Soldiers God Intended to Bleed Death. Because everyone should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And on the PBG's production, it stands for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography. I hope some of you have been enjoying some of my images from my private collection. I really appreciate those of you who comment on them. I have plenty more that are on drives and also in my storage in New York. It's a beautiful day here in Cebu. This is the park I used to come to when I first came here. Dynasty is not too far from here. In fact, Diamond showed me this park because I was walking and I was complaining that there are no parks. How come there are no parks? And she said, yes, there is. And she pointed right across the street. I said, wow, how can I be so blind? But it just goes to show you how oblivious I am of the environment other than where it is I have to be or where I have to go. Well, it started out as a beautiful morning. I believe I woke up like about 12 a.m. Hung out, did some stuff on the computer till about 2. Diamond woke up around that time. We watched the news, heard about the tragedy at the Amtrak, which was really disheartening, to find out that something like that happened. I was also more disturbed when I heard a reporter say, well, the mayor was out of town. He was supposed to be on the train, but he said it wasn't. He didn't think it was that safe, or something in effect where that he wasn't getting on that train. But sure enough, there was a derailment, and there are some people who were killed, and they have not released the fatality yet. I wonder why is that. There's like 3 trains have turned over, and I know each one of those cars hold over 100 people in them, and normally you don't wear seatbelts because if you're on an Amtrak traveling in that distance, you like to walk up and down the cars or into different cars. So anyway, I was really saddened that a tragedy like that had happened. But I can't help but to think about that when President Obama was in office, he highlighted the fact that we need to put the country to work. I'm trying to get that pole out of my head. Try to highlight the fact that we need to put the country to work on our infrastructure because our infrastructure was very poor. Now, be that as it may, if this is a result of that infrastructure in the United States not being maintained, because of a lot of it is decaying. Point blank period. Our bridges, our roads, it's going bad. But the Republicans fought very hard against Obama's bill to put America back to work repairing the infrastructure. And sure enough, here we are with Trump, who's trying to get credit for coming up with that same idea. But like my mother would say, a penny late and a dollar short. So one of those type of things. I'm not saying that the problem had happened because of the poor infrastructure, or particularly was the cause. But I know it was the new Amtrak train, a fast train, that they were on its maiden. Its maiden, what do we call a train? On its maiden voyage, I guess, or whatever, and it happened. So the fact that they would put something that new, something high speed, and maybe on tracks, on road, that were in need of repair. I don't know, who knows, but it's unfortunate. But anyway, so I got up today feeling kind of good, and I figure, to beat the traffic, we would get an early start. So, I get up around 12. Like I said, I spoke to Diamond, and I said, let's go have breakfast at McDonald's. Every now and then I need a sausage shaving muffin, and a hash brown to make me feel normal and American again. So anyway, but now this is where the culture, and it drives me crazy. I have to say it, and I'm not venting because that's not what my Facebook or what any of my things do. I vent. But I was under the impression, or I explained to her, that we were going to McDonald's, we were going to get it to go and sit in the park and have breakfast, and then go to Dynasty and then go shopping. So I'm at the counter. For some reason, she doesn't like to come to the counter and stand next to me, which is fine. So I complete my order, I get it, and I turn around and I can't find her. Now I'm looking for her. I can't find her. I don't know where she's at. I'm under pressure. She knows that we're taking it to go. So if you look over here at McDonald's behind me, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, but look behind me. There's a pole directly in front of it that I was standing next to, which is right in front of the door. So I stood there for a little while because the sun was beaming on me because I was exposed to the sun. And so I decided to walk and get a paper, which is just a few yards from there. And I came back and looked inside and still couldn't find her. So then I walked across the street to the park and came to the park and sat down. I waited as a respectable amount of time for her to join me. I'm watching the door, but she never came out. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, this is nice. Look, this is probably the closest that you're going to come to for fall here in the Philippines. I'm watching the leaves fall. See the leaves falling? Wow. So I guess that's official. You can kind of take a look here at the park. They kind of did it up nice here with a Christmas tree, the Christmas ornaments that are around here, and what have you. So anyway, she finally sent me a message that where I was at. And I said, what do you mean where I was at? I'm in the park across the street. So anyway, I've been here for about an hour. She's supposed to be still at McDonald's across the street. I don't know what for, but anyway, and it drives me crazy because I get frustrated because my thing is that I'm assuming you understood the plan, and I got to keep remembering that I have to stop and re-ask. Okay, now what's the plan? Because apparently, although she says yes, it doesn't necessarily mean that she understands. And as a result, I've been sitting here almost close to an hour now. She says she's across the street, still at McDonald's, or I don't know. I don't know. I told her I'm here in the park. This is a beautiful day. But anyway, it's one of those lack of communication that we experience between the two of us that I can get very, very crazy over. But I choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. But anyway, I was watching the news, and I found out that Miss Iraq and Miss Israel, Miss Universe contestants, took a picture together, and both countries seem to be outraged because they chose to take a picture together. In fact, Miss Iraq's family had to leave Iraq because of the pressure that the family was getting due to that photograph. And it's a shame when something like that can lead to the consequences that it has, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I know yesterday I spoke about the media and President Duterte trying to ask them to for federalism to kind of come together and not so much talk about the bad stuff about the Philippines, but talk about the good stuff. And lo and behold, first thing I saw is that in the papers was that the Philippine press has labeled Duterte, how they say it? They said he is more of ISIS. He's more resemblance of ISIS than he is of a president. And that's kind of really, really unfortunate that they would say something like that for a man who's trying to do what he can to better his country. For instance, he just passed his new tax bill. They just got their budget for the year for 2017. And check this out. What it includes is that everyone making less than 250,000 pesos a year, or less than 9,000 a month, don't have to pay any taxes at all. You understand what I'm saying? If you're below a certain level, he's exempt them from paying taxes. Now, granted, 250,000 is like about maybe 5,000 a year or something like that. But you got to understand the economy here in the Philippines. That making that less or that little is not having to pay any taxes is a big lift to the families, and that's something that that he just passed in his new tax bill that passed through Congress here in the Philippines. Now, granted, they said they're going to raise the prices on certain items, you know, such as certain import goods, certain food goods, and things of that nature. See the sun starting to come out and starting to beaming, which is fine. You know, he said we'll make up money that way. We'll make it through taxes on certain items and products. So yes, shit goes up because, you know, cost of living goes up, which is okay. So anyway, oh yeah, the president's like ISIS. Okay, so that's in essence what I wanted to say very shortly. I wanted to talk about my frustration, and I've been sitting here for about an hour, and I still haven't seen her yet. So I don't know. I'm just going to continue sitting here. Usually I come here to this park and I sit here because it's such. I'm going to give you a 360-degree look at it because it's nice. You know, it's like right here in the heart of Cebu, and I enjoy it. And then I go over there to the bridge. You can't see it very well, but if you look over there, there's a skywalk up there between the buildings, and I go there and stand and feel the breeze blowing. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to sit here and listen to my music. Try to tag Diamond somehow or another. I don't know where she's at or whatever, but anyway, so remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the Ellie, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And like Ollie Woodson would say, if you're lucky enough to have a woman like he sung about, former lead singer of the Temptations, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. Stand beside him and keep your eye on him. And when he's finished conducting his business, when he turns around, be there so he can see you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Peace.